Hello, everyone. Jey Uso's in the main event. We're fucked. Anyways, strongest or shit. The greatest fights in anime, right? I'm sure you think I'm about to say, oh, Rock Lee, oh, Gaara, da da da. No. Because I'm here to present to you the concept of maturity in battle. Oh, that sounds kind of tough. A time where someone walks into a fight, or they get ambushed, whatever. Pokemon effect. Up until that point, you may have been cruising, you may have had minor struggles, but you never really got your ass torn up the way you're about to get it torn up now. And let me tell you, buddy, this nigga on the opposite end of you is not fucking playing. This could happen early in the show or later. Honestly, it really doesn't matter when it happens, but no matter what, you always walk out of this fight and survive this fight knowing that, hey, I really did not deserve to leave this fight alive. And in it, there comes something changes in you. You know what I mean? You're not the same person you started the show as versus what we see you as after. If you make it, obviously. A moment where you're forced to essentially, I was about to say lock in. Well, I guess I said it anyway, but a moment where you're forced to level up, or it's just over with for you. You gotta start from zero. And probably the most recognizable of these, or the most commonly known, is Gojo and Toji. When Toji, snuck up behind him, got him clean in the chest, and then from then on, it was just, I seen Gojo doing a whole bunch of magic, a whole bunch of, I don't know, Ice Queen shit, but you knew what it was, right? It didn't take long for him to put down our nice little snow angel. And it literally showed you, Gojo on the brink of death, and he twitched his finger, and a little, and we see him on the way back, and he's fucking crazy, and he seems like a whole different person. Now that's obviously a dramatic ass version of it, but it gets the point across, Gojo to that point had been the strongest, etc. Nobody really had had challenged him very much at all, and now you telling me, oh, this guy caught him off guard, stalked him, found out his tendencies, etc., and really put it to him, and this nigga was like, oh shit, I've been skeeting by this whole entire time, pause. It's just this power that I've had just off base. But no, it's really other people that can fuck with me out here. He locked in, and that's what to it. He became a less arrogant, a more he wanted to live. He had to gain that desire to live, and that desire to get stronger and get, max himself out, if I'll say, even without someone on his ass directly, because of that experience. Even to just take it to a lighter note, right? I'll bring up Sasuke, because that's my sweet boy. But I don't know, what, 10, 12 episodes into Naruto, right? Shooting exams pop, slayed Big Zabuza, slayed little tranny boy or whatever, lady man, whatever you want to call him. Rock Lee comes in, sweet shit music's the nigga, and it's over with. Now obviously Sasuke wasn't gonna die there. Lee was gonna fuck him up, but he wasn't gonna die. But even just that level of embarrassment, just with your homeboys, with the niggas with the niggas you gotta work with, Sakura and Naruto would not have let that nigga live if he got power drive through the fucking wood floor by Rock Lee and taken out of commission. Nigga, before we even got to a real sanctioned match, you already getting dunked by a nigga with a bowl cut. That's crazy. And what we see after that, Sasuke came back in that black fit. He said, oh, I gotta come back harder than ever. Came back with a hard fit, and some lightning. Nigga was not playing around. Ever since that moment, Sasuke said, oh, I'm not taking shit lightly. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going hard. Embarrassment is like, you know, even more than revenge, that nigga Sasuke was embarrassed. And that's a strong emotion. Honestly, I was gonna bring up Naruto and Pain, but then I was like, Naruto had a few of these moments, so I thought I'd just bring up the ones off the top of my head in general. But like Naruto with Zabuza and Haku, that shit was probably his first moment where he was like, oh shit, you know, like when he saw Zabuza like dead on the ground, stabbed all in the back, crying over this little ass boy. Pause, but like crying like, bro, that was my nigga, like, you know, and I used him. Like, that was my dog and I used him. That's like imagining Minato and Kakashi being out in the field and Minato being like, oh fuck, and using a Kakashi as like a human shield. Like, you could never imagine a nigga doing some shit like that. A character that unless it was like Orochimaru or some shit, you cannot imagine a nigga being like scummy dirtbag like that. Oh, and he had to go 9 tails in that fight. That was the fighting portion, by the way, but there's also a talking portion of that. The one with Pain where, you know, I ain't gonna lie, to be real, Pain won that fight. But Pain had packed up the village. He had packed up Kakashi. He had packed up Choji and his dad and whoever. The only people really left standing in the village was Tsunade, and that's it. Like, I don't even... Tsunade... Even Shikamaru was clapped. Like, Shikamaru's not even the biggest hitter, but even they made sure his ass was done. And Naruto got that ass whooped. And I think from then on, Naruto was like on his P's and Q's. Like, obviously he was training hard as a bitch to even get that far and be like, oh, you know, boxing with Pain on a legitimate level, and I don't know, like Mickey Mouse. Like after me, it showed him this. Oh, after me, we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, Sasuke's not here. And it's like, it became at that point where it was like, oh, if I go down, this is what's gonna happen. If I go down, Kakashi's gonna die. If I go down, Tsunade's gonna fucking die. If I go down, Shikamaru's gonna die. Like, it's no longer about being strong just to be Hokage, or being strong just to be cool, or being strong just to be acknowledged. It's, oh, I gotta be strong so that I can protect the people that I care about, the people that are around me, the people that I rely on, you know. So he has to use his strength not only for his own sake, but for other people's sake, which, shit, might be the biggest growth moment of all, because, like, it's like a 15-year-old, like, yeah, that's some kind of hard shit to get through your head when through most of your life you've been kind of a bullshitter, or you've been just, you know, a little punk ass nigga, and now all of a sudden 2 years later, 3 years later, removed from being that shit, now you are the guy, the face of the Hidden Leaf. You know what I mean? Like, you're more popular than the Kage. You're stronger. You're the strongest nigga in the Leaf at 15 or 16 years old. That's crazy. Naruto clearly showed he was not up for it, but the whole Pain arc in general just kind of like Jiraiya's death, seeing the potential of everybody dying and knowing that, like, yeah, this shit resides in your hands now. You cannot let the nine-tailed fox out or everybody will die. And you have to be training hard as a bitch or everybody will die. So it's kind of just like a whole lot of shit being put on him, you know. But damn, nigga, I'm tired.